Hello and welcome to an album a day, day 216, going through my vinyl collection, an album or so at a time. Today we're going back to the well of my biggest collection, which of course I would have the most episodes about. That would be Deep Purple. Speaking of which, guys, on Saturday, I have a bonus episode of the Deep Purple Smoke on the Podcast coming at you. The one song that they had in their catalog that I did not know about. I'm still trying to figure out how that's possible because I thought I was pretty thorough. This one was right in plain sight, and how I missed it is beyond me. I didn't even have the album that it's on because it is a reissue, and so I had to get a copy of that to be able to do the show. It was unavailable online, so I found a copy of that on eBay. So check that out on Saturday. In the meantime, today we're going back to 1993. My issue is... well, not my issue. My album was issued, 93. My album is a 2017 European reissue in 180 gram vinyl, and I'm talking about Deep Purple's album, The Battle Rages On. Really cool dragon fighting a dragon thing interwoven with the Deep Purple logo. Pretty cool. Weird time in the band. I do love that this whole thing looks like it was, done on parchment, which is really cool. Tough time for the band because, Joe Lynn Turner came in for Slaves and Masters, which was a very important thing. We'll get to that when we get to that album. But this is the first album where Ian Gillan returned. He has been in the band ever since. This is Ritchie Blackmore's last album with the band. He didn't want to do this, and he said that he went to the record company with some ridiculous offer saying, the only way I'm going to do this is if you give me that. And he was kind of shocked and a little upset when they agreed. And he's like, well, now I'm stuck doing it. So he did the tour, left in the middle of the tour in the Japanese leg, and they got Joe Satriani to fill in for the rest of the tour before securing Steve Morse as the new guitarist in the band. Did not do any recordings with Joe. That would have been interesting to see how they would have written together, but that was never meant to be. Instead, we get Battle Rages On. I was going to say Slaves and Masters, but that was already out. So this is a really nice looking vinyl, 180 gram reissue. I don't know what the original looked like, but I can say on this label, which is RCA, I think they did a nice job with the labels. For some reason, I like that. It's like really kind of PowerPoint, with these blocks of text and all that, and the rounded edges. It looks like something that was, just done as a graphic presentation. Why am I off center? I don't know. But it actually works. I like it. I think it looks good. And I like the color too. That's a good color. Then on the back, we have a lot of space, all this space, and this tiny little writing right here. You can't even say it in a full voice. You have to whisper it because it's so small. Why? I don't get that. Are these dragon drawings that important that you couldn't make this bigger? Make them smaller and make this bigger. This is the important part. I don't understand some of these album cover designs. I just don't get them, but I will say this is beautifully done. I really like this. It's got a gloss finish to it, which is pretty rare. You don't see that a whole lot, but they did a good job on at least the material, even if you can't understand what's on it. Then you get the regular just plain white paper sleeve, and then you get this, another amazing feat of graphic design right here. You get, again, all this room and lyrics that you need a magnifying glass to read. I mean, this is even smaller than print on a CD. This is so dumb. I don't get this. I don't understand. You've got all this space. Why? Somebody please explain to me why you would do this, because this really seems like such a waste. If you're going to do this, don't bother spending the money printing the sheet. Don't give us anything. Don't give us a lyric sheet. And there's front and back. Again, here's even more insulting because you've got even more room here. Don't waste the money because this is a value to no one. I mean, literally, it's a value to no one. So, don't know is RCA even still a record company? I don't know if they are, to be honest. But anyway, the cover looks nice. I do like the picture. I think this is very well done. I get the battle and all that. Like, it works with the concept. I don't understand why the dragons are in the background and this little insignia thing is so strong in the front. I don't know what these symbols relate to. It's just kind of stuff that looks cool that they put on here. So anyway, very, very strange. But if I can read the track list, which actually this one on the back of the cover is at least twice the size of what they give you on the insert. So it is slightly legible. I will say though, I mean, you know, I can bitch about the aesthetics of the product all I want, but as we all know, what matters the most is the music. And we do have some good gems on this album. It's a very confusing album, very tough time in the band. The backing tracks were pretty much done. And I think Joe Lynn Turner had even sang on a couple of these. He's done some of these songs on his solo albums. But whatever was recorded got scrapped. And we get Ian Gillan coming in and like, okay, I've got all these songs I got to write lyrics for and record real quick. So there was an element of time pressure when it comes to these. But I have to say, opening track, The Battle Rages On, is a kick-ass track. Worth the price of the album alone. That is an amazing piece of music. Lick It Up, not a cover of the Kiss song. It's okay. Anya, excellent song. I really love that one. Talk About Love, okay. You know, standard, pretty much anybody could have done it song. Time to Kill, lyrically it's part biblical, and they actually took the same words that the Byrds did for the song Turn, Turn, Turn and put them into the song. And that's side one. So we flip over to side two and we get Ramshackle Man, which is a pretty good song. Really good rock bluesy tune, strong vocals from Ian. My next favorite song on this album, A Twist in the Tail. I love this song. Has one of the greatest lines I've ever heard in a song. And if you want to know more about that, check out that episode of Deep Purple Smoke on the podcast when that comes out. We're not too far away from that. We're in the Perfect Strangers era now, so just a couple albums down the road. Nasty Piece of Work is the next one. There's something about the mood of that song that I really like. Solitaire, another absolute favorite of mine. And then we end with One Man's Meat. So again, I don't want to go too much into how I feel about the songs because I go very in depth into all the parts of the songs in the episodes of Smoke on the podcast. Most of them have already been recorded, just waiting for a release because I've uploaded podcasts that won't even air until December 1st. So the way that I'm doing the show is, unless the show has a guest or is a Monday episode where I thank my patrons, I do everything ahead of time. So anyway, come back tomorrow, go listen to the podcast, check out the bonus episode on Saturday. Cheers.